Hello, and welcome to Fleet Action Report, Episode 63, Equal and Opposite. I
Or,
am your
or
co-host, Nikodas, and Grebog's over here somewhere.
we're not opposite and equal. We're equal and opposite. We
Today we are equal and opposite.
I should have then chosen another outfit then, because we are not opposites at all right now.
Well, our colors are different.
Well, I'm an engineer and you are tactical, so I mean that's supposed to be the way it is. Um,
Yeah, but technically you're command, because you command your own ship, and
but
command wears red.
uh, yes and no. There's a whole like for those that were on some of the Facebook Star Trek groups, they put out some official color codes for stuff for outfits. One for the lower decks and one for the Kittimer Accord uniforms here, the Alliance uniforms. I was like, I think they didn't. Command had. I don't know if that. I'd have to look at the chart again because someone put in like that they made like, hey, look, that because they put science has black boots, but they're like, but in the show they always show science with white boots. I'm like, oh well, that's science medical. Anyway, enough of that. How has your week been?
My week's been good. I spent quite a bit of time this week actually in STO. I was uh, building ground or doing ground builds on all of my alts. Um, I'm not quite finished, although quite a few of them are. You launch rockets, I'll scan you with my T-88. Um, yeah, I can do that too. There we go. Um,
Go on.
yeah, right. I got distracted. I'm sorry. Um, I found out there are quite a few different weapons in the game that I really like. I ended up on my character that runs anti-proton. I ended up grabbing a mission reward. It's a chronoton split beam rifle, and every time you shoot it, it's like shooting rainbows. I had heard people or read people comment on the rainbow gun before, but I've never actually seen it used. Um, yeah, it's a rainbow gun. It's a little weird, but it's kind of fun to shoot with. For
Oh,
Katis,
my system just went wonky.
Katis here got the new phaser gun.
There we go. I had to restart my audio thing real quick
Did that?
before it. You're fine. You paused just long enough for it to restart.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, I got the great big phaser cannon here on Katis, and then Nixum got the rainbow gun, and my Romulan got a new split beam rifle, which is probably the same one that you're using. Because you went with the plasma rifle too, didn't you? Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
So a lot of my week has been here. A little bit of my week was on Final Fantasy, and yeah, that's pretty much it. What about you?
I moved over to the light because I noticed there's some dark spots inside this space station. My week's been good, and let's see. I've been playing well with WoW. I have let's see, same old, a lot of same old there. I did help the second team. Unfortunately, they needed a tank, so I brought my big powerful tank in to help them. Well, I shouldn't. He's not more powerful. He's just been running heroic, and so running him through normal doesn't really give him any gear. But I could, if I would have gotten any drops, I could have been able to share them with the raid. Unfortunately, if anyone that plays WoW and right now knows that apparently you just don't get gear drops in raid anymore. It's just the way it is. Um, I've gotten more gear from the weekly vault than I have from the raid. And so I did that. I've been playing a fair amount of Dyson Sphere in the background. I've been setting up a new solar system for some mass production. I want to make it my gravity matrix, which is used for research. I want to make that system my gravity matrix system, so that way it will produce, mass produce the cubes. They're the green cubes. If you don't know what that is, it's a green science cube that you use to research with. In that game, you take multiple cube colors. Each one's a higher difficulty, different color, and they let you do science, like research more and more stuff, and you're trying to unlock like better power ratings and stuff like that. Anyway, but and then I've also been playing this STO because I've been enjoying the new TFO. It was fun. Okay, we're getting attacked.
No. I trying to remember where this item is. Nope, not that one.
But
Tabitha was asking for where I got the rainbow gun from, and I'm trying to remember where it was at. But you go ahead, talk, tell stories.
Yeah, so I ran the new mission as well. Yeah, it was interesting. I'll say that. I don't want to. If people haven't run it, I don't want to spoil it. It was interesting. I think we're going to have. Well, I mean, with this new season here, let's just go into this week in STO now, and so we're starting a whole new season. If you haven't figured that out, if you have figured it out, I mean, go. But other than that, yeah, it's called Reflections. There's a little brief on what so far is going on with the new season. They added a new episode, Firewall. They added a new TFO, Operation Wolf, and then they added, to highlight all of this, brought in an equal and opposite event. And that's what we will be featuring tonight is what to do with the event. And also with this, we talked about that whole elite captain training token. So, but
yeah,
that is
which is
the new season.
Still going on. I think those are still on sale, aren't they?
Yes, I believe you have until like the 20th, or no, not the 27th, I think it was. The Zen store should have a countdown.
I'm gonna branch out here for just a second to answer Tabitha's question. Time in a bottle in the Iconian War arc is the mission you want. This rewards the Chronoton split beam rifle right here. That's the rainbow gun. It's also worth noting that some people online have compared the damage output on this to the staff, the Lobby staff, for as far as anti-proton weapons go. I don't know if it's quite as good as the staff, but it definitely hits hard. It's a fun gun. All right, so let's see. We were talking about equal and opposite.
Yes,
so this is the new event going on.
Yep.
Let me pull that up here. It goes until October 14th. 20 days of progress will earn the ship, the Mirror Gagarin class. I was reading through the stuff on this. Both the trait and the console that this ship offer sound interesting. I don't know if they will end up being meta, but it's interesting. So keep an eye on that. And it's free. Do the event, get a free ship. Can't really go wrong with that. So, like I said, 20 days of progress. There are 4 ways to get progress. There are 2 TFOs, and that would be Counterpoint, which is a space TFO, and then Operation Wolf, which is brand new, came out with this event, and it's a ground TFO. And then there's also 2 missions you can run in the Cardassian Struggle arc. You can run Jabberwocky, or you can run in the Terran Gambit arc Firewall. The Terran Gambit arc is brand new, goes right along with this event and with Firewall. And that's it for this event.
They also announced they're remastering 25th century starships. Um, there's a lot of they had a lot of fun creating the article with this. They sometimes do that. They haven't announced everything from what I understand, because I read through it all and they're like, they're still deciding some aspects and it's not in game yet, but this is coming. So essentially, they are remastering a bunch of skins for a lot of the initial tier 6 ships. They have a huge list of, well, maybe not a huge, they have a list of a good number of ships that are all part of that. And also as part of the Reflections episode or season, they are giving all of these ships Terran skins as well. So they will have like an updated hull model or skin. So you'll have a different the material type will be updated more of the, like if you've noticed, they upgrade the graphics as time goes, so the newer ships always look a little bit sharper. Now that some of these ships are like what 2, 3, 4 years old now, however, they probably don't look quite as sharp. So what they're doing is going back, and they said that they will be updating their default skins, so that way the default appearance for these ships will still look sharp, and people will still like to enjoy flying them, and won't feel like they have to favor a new ship over the others just because one looks older, like graphically looks older than the other. They didn't say this, but it sounded like they might also be revamping their power schemes some. And the only reason I got that impression was they talked about a quality gap between the initial tier 6 ships and the current tier 6 ships. And they may be rebalancing these ships as well to make sure that they match up power wise to the current ships that they have. So now they probably aren't going to get them to lockbox standing tier 6 ships, but they I would say at least would be equivalent to, if they're going to do anything, it would put them equivalent to what is in the Zen store that you buy. For the full list, they have it on their site, but some of the ones like the Andromeda class, there's all kind. The Reliant. I know there's been people that have been really wanting the Reliant. I think I had someone I was talking to, and they're like, "Oh, I really like the Reliant." Unfortunately, it looks so, like graphically, so old. And I'm like, well, now this person's gonna be happy because the Reliant's on that list. So.
Yeah. They also announced that this has irritated quite a few people. But they announced some upcoming operating system and DirectX support changes. All this begins February 15th. The game will no longer support DirectX 10 or older, or Windows 7 or older. And what's going to happen is that if you try to load up the game on one of these systems, it will pop up an error box and shut down. So you won't even be able to try to run STO on older systems anymore. There are a few ways around that. I know there's a couple different services now that basically let you stream a game through their online service. And if you want to pipe into that sort of paid service, then you can play any game you want on almost any system. So there are workarounds if you are on an older system, but if you're not, till the 15th of February 2022 to upgrade.
They did say in that starting November sometime, they're going to start warning people that are on the affected systems. So that way it won't be a surprise come February. I think they said November. So, but they're going to start warning you well beforehand if your system is affected by that. But hopefully, I would think you would know what operating system your computer runs. I would suspect some people may or may not know their DirectX 10 or not. But I think if you're on Windows 10, you should probably be fine.
All right, let's jump right in here. So our primary target for the day is to run the TFOs associated with the equal and opposite event. This is going to be the ground operation Wolf and the space TFO Counterpoint. So let's just jump right in here. These should pop relatively quickly, just because they're event stuff. But let's see what happens here. Let's do ground first, Grebog.
Okay.
We'll just go down the list.
And while we're waiting, Dilithium weekend is coming. It starts on the 23rd, and you have until the 27th. You get bonus dilithium. If you need dilithium, definitely do stuff that gets you dilithium. You'll get more.
This TFO for being a ground TFO, this TFO's actually been quite a bit of fun. Maybe it's just the fact that I actually have a decent ground build now. Admiral Lita, although she's a turncoat to her own people, so I don't know that the title of Admiral really works anymore, but yeah, whatever.
Empress? Oh, wait, no.
Nope, that doesn't work either.
Yeah, I guess if you... This is technically just a simulation, so there's no, I guess, technical spoilers, other than, like, you know, we're supposedly on the Terran or space dock. Because we aren't actually in the mirror universe right now. They do specify that.
Yeah, this is a training simulation that apparently Lita came up with, pitched it to Admiral Quinn.
So many people run that way. Run for the ramps. And I hop into the water pools.
Yeah, that's usually what I do too. Exocomps. Okay, so for the first stage here, you run down to these platforms and you summon exocomps. They're going to download some files, and you have to protect them while they are doing so. Stage 2, we go into Admiral Quinn's office and do the same thing all over again, more or less.
What I like to do while we're doing, like, I don't know what Nikodas is doing on the other side or wherever. I grab like one of the stations on the end, and then I hop up and basically take out the elevators. I am just sitting here focusing on controlling all the ads coming out of the elevators. I figure if people are doing the same on the other side and also in the middle, we can keep things pretty much covered.
Me and the other guy with the phaser cannon have got the middle pretty much locked down. The other two were over opposite you on the other elevators. This phaser cannon's pretty powerful. People keep swearing up and down that it's going to get nerfed, but so far it has not. I'm acting like a phaser turret. I'm kneeling down, or crouching, as the game calls it. And I'm just sitting here rotating back and forth and shooting.
Kind of what I'm doing right now. I keep my mines in front of me. That way, if anyone runs up, they run into my mines. and then I just keep turning and heading. Sometimes I'll turn around to help in the back if there's something that's gotten behind.
Almost there. System hack at 75%. Watch your exocomps.
This is kind of fun. Oh, look, Mirror Quinn's getting mad. Well, fake holographic Mirror Quinn, I guess. Yeah, I kind of don't know where the story's going here. So this, they released a text story that goes along with this. It's basically Lita and Quinn discussing this TFO, or this simulation,
Security system bypass.
which was kind of neat. But it leads me to believe, I mean, if they're doing a test run, a training of the Mirror Universe space dock, then I would think that means that we're going to go there.
Well, okay, the season. Okay, first, anyone watching, I have no information. This is a lot of speculation. My guess is, based off the season title and whatnot, we are going to do a lot of incursions, whether they come to us or we go to them. So
You really must think highly of yourself if you thought you had it.
one way or the other, we are going to likely see a lot more of the Terran Empire.
I'm going to stay here. Okay, so this is stage 2. The exocomps are in place.
Okay, you're
So
going up
there's-
the stairs.
Yep, I'm going to stay at the top. So there's 2 stations here. Quinn's up here.
You really
Looks like you have someone else up there with you.
all technicians report to ops. Delete the database.
I do,
before they
yes.
steal it
So
from
there's 2 of us. Kirby's up here with me.
I tend to take one of the sides and focus, because, okay, so in this stage you have the exocomps doing more downloading data. There are these numbered consoles that you see on my screen, and the one next to me is 4, the one above me is a 2. If we get any of the people get to the technicians, which have the emblem over their head, the red one,
You really must think highly.
if they get to one of the consoles, they'll start deleting files. So you need to knock them out before they get to the, station and delete.
There's 20 files total. So how many you get versus how many they delete affects your total score.
And it will tell you, like, it keeps track on how many files are deleted in here, and it will tell you when someone gets to a console how soon it'll be before that gets deleted. Since our exocomps are pretty much under a heavy guard right now, because there's guys just sitting back there with them, shooting both ways, and they are not taking any damage. Or, well, I guess they might have taken a little, but they aren't getting paused or anything like that, so they are doing pretty much everything, yeah. So that's why the download speed is ×3. It's for each exocomp that is currently downloading. So if you were to lose an exocomp, it wouldn't be end of game. You would still be able to get ×2 bonus. It'd just take a little longer.
You can also repair the exocomps.
You are swift
There.
becoming annoying. Computer, initiate transport.
I've got 3 people up here now. Not
Need
that
help?
I need it.
Oh, 3 of us.
Yeah.
I think it's because me and the other guy down here are just annihilating them as they come out the door.
Rise.
Admiral Quinn, you're going to get a beam to the face. And then one call for a transporter. Don't mind the
He
orbital.
shows up. he gets beamed out. He shows up, he gets beamed out.
Yeah, essentially he will keep popping in until he takes so much damage, and then he'll beam out, and then he'll come back, and then he'll beam back out. There is no bonus for knocking him out X number of times or anything like that.
Okay, so that's the end of the download. We do have to beat him one more time here in order to progress to stage 3. This is kind of like a mini boss fight, I guess, but he's not really any harder to beat.
I think we're technically...
Well, it hasn't the notes over here. There it goes.
I think when someone runs out the front, it starts the next part.
You have to beat him, though. I mean, he shows up that one last time, and they have to knock him down before it will advance. A lot of times, I've been the guy to run out here, and I'll get all the way over here, and none of these guys out here will spawn until somebody beats Quinn. Okay, so here we go. Total boss fight.
Total boss fight. This is a fun one, too. So, what I like to do, being a tactic or engineer guy, behind the shuttlecraft, I will drop my mortars. So that way, and it will hit him up all the way up front.
He's going down really fast.
Things to watch out for are the circles. Those are the anti-personnel missiles. He will also do a beam attack down a lane, essentially.
And it hurts a lot if you get caught in it.
Going down fast. He's already down.
That's the quickest I've ever seen him go down. Usually that fight takes a lot longer. But yeah, so there are spots to not stand in on the floor. If you've played other MMOs, you should be used to that. He'll do a line, kind of a cone, from the ship all the way to the back wall. There's markers on the floor to avoid, and then, yeah, the little circles that show up when he's launching missiles. But we didn't hardly get to see any of that because we bloody killed him too fast.
And yet you always have to tell her, we'll do better next time.
Yeah, right? She says we're not up to Terran standards, and yet I have not lost a fight against the Terrans in this game. So, you know, Terran standards, probably not all they're cracked up to be. Was that a little mean?
I don't know. I mean, you know, everyone thinks their side's the better side. Or something like that.
Yeah, but how many times have we beat Lita now? Well, let's be honest here.
Yeah, well, at least in that one mission, she's like at the end of it, oh, maybe you're all right.
I guess that's true. I'm going to go ahead and queue us up for Counterpoint. Now, this is an older TFO. I think we have featured this before, and I'm sure, you know, most people in the game have probably ran it. This is the one where the Terran Empire attacks DS9 in space.
In space. Oh.
And as you're going to see here, I have put myself back in the NX class.
DS9 to all Alliance ships.
I like this ship. It's not a pilot ship, unfortunately, but I do like this ship.
I'm still flying around in a clunky old Constitution here.
Somebody's got book ship here. That's neat.
We also have a Lucari ship, I believe.
That's what it looks like. Yep, the Wedge.
For a low price. Every so often you can get a whole pack of ships with the legendary, the legendary kind. I don't remember what they are in the lockbox price-wise. Because I know one of the constitutions come from lockboxes. Actually, I think most of the constitutions come from the lockboxes.
The tier 6 ones, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, phase 1, you basically come in and have to clear out everything. A lot of it is protecting DS9. The entire thing is about keeping DS9 solid, safe.
Well, but we have to deal with the Terrans too, you know. Okay.
This next
So-
phase gets interesting.
Portals. Portals. Portals that are on a timer, even.
Yeah. With enemies next to them. Sometimes you can do what I'm gonna do right here, which is... Oh. Wouldn't let me... Sometimes I can get the portal closed before they start attacking me. Ow. I'm not gonna get it. No. Or am I? I think I got one.
Okay, we got 2 down. We need 5 of them to get the bonus.
Close another one.
Yep, we're at 4. Here's the 5th one.
It does help for some people to stay near DS9 and only have maybe 1 or 2 people go out to the portals. Because if you too many people get away, you might leave DS9 defenseless. That could be bad.
I do miss having my pilot abilities.
Additional bonus portals now.
Yeah, so we can get extra points by taking them out. Alright, I'm heading back to Deep Space Nine.
I'm not. I'm going for bonus points. So if you notice, if you do keep doing the portals, like you can just go back and forth. They spawn at specific spots, and yeah.
We got 30 seconds before we hit the next stage. Oh, look, it's a Wells class.
Oh, must have hit the timer.
Okay, now this becomes a little bit more interesting. So the portals are gone, but we end up with another station here. And you can attack the new station, you can defend Deep Space Nine, or you can ferry troops from DS9 to the new station.
Or multiple things.
The Terran Empire.
I tend to ferry guys back and forth. While doing so, I try to blow up as many ships at each spot. When you have the icon over you, if you look on my screen, I have this little like transporter type icon. Means that I have ship or that I've beamed them up, And I have to now take them over Terrak Nor for an assault. And then while I'm here, I will try to do as much damage as I can.
While you are beaming up or beaming down, your shields will drop. So if you're in a squishy ship, you might get taken out.
Apparently I'm doing a fair amount of damage to... Well, I guess some other people are over here too. We have effectively taken out Terrak Nor again. So essentially, yeah, it will keep regenerating health and whatnot. So, and people, you'll have plenty of things to fight. They will keep coming back to like enemies will appear around DS9, which is why it's always good to have some people hang back.
And there's a lot of ships over here, but DS9's not actually taken any damage yet.
We've conquered everyone else in our reality.
As long as someone has some, you know, getting their threat, they're not. You're not going to see much damage to DS9. Looks like someone had the Baul Sentry stuff going on. Whoa.
That's weird.
It just went to 0.
I
DS9.
saw that, and then it came back.
Well, it also will regen as well.
Yeah, but usually when it regens, it doesn't come all the way back to 100. That was weird.
Yeah, well, our average health this phase is 87.9%.
I saw that.
So...
I'm going to stick over here at DS9 to make sure that doesn't happen again. Not quite sure how it happened to begin with, but hey, what do I know?
We're up to 10 delivered troops.
Oh, they came down below again. That's weird. I think we found a buggy instance.
Did it drop to 0 again?
No, but the ships usually alternate where they spawn in at, and they're not.
Repairs complete. Face the wrath of the Terran Empire. We're taking too much damage. Deploy defensive countermeasures. Repairs complete. Face the wrath of the Terran Empire.
Ooh, I'm in a stasis field.
We're taking too much damage. Deploy defensive countermeasures. Repairs complete.
Oh, that Wells class has got to go.
The wrath of the Terran Empire! We're taking too much damage. Deploy defensive countermeasures. Make repairs. Repairs complete. Face the wrath of the Terran Empire.
Face the wrath of the destroyed empire.
Called in some help. Not that I really need it, but hey, who doesn't like a whole bunch of bugs swarming around? Friendly bugs. Friendly bugs. We don't need, you know, anybody being scared of bugs here.
Yeah, well, I've been watching some original Stargate SG-1, and last night I just watched one of the Replicator episodes. So when you say bugs, I now have multiple thoughts in my head, because you have the Star Trek, you know, Herc, you know, and then you have
And-
replicator bugs.
Okay, so here's the last stage. You'll have a group of 3 Terran dreadnoughts come in, and all you gotta do is blow them up.
If you have a weak or weak-ish ship, do not get their initial threat. They will annihilate people. If you are adequately tanky, then go for it.
Reverse shield polarity does wonders in that instance. And that's it. We are done.
I just want to make sure people were aware of, like, yeah, because sometimes I've come in here and gone guns ablazing, and just I get annihilated.
See, I don't mind that one so much, but there are some people that really don't care for that TFO too much.
It's all right. It depends on the group a little bit on how good, bad I feel about it.
Yeah, that wasn't terrible. Could have been a lot worse. All right, so there are also our secondary target here were the 2 missions that you can run to get daily progress. I'm a little reluctant to run.
Firewall.
Yeah, I wrote Operation Wolf down twice, but I meant Firewall. Yeah, because of spoilers, and it's still new enough to where we may have people who haven't had the chance to run it yet. We could run Jabberwocky
Sure.
for the last 15 minutes of the show.
Why not?
Jabberwocky shouldn't take that long, so
You have recovered the orb of possibility.
accept that, share that, and transwarp. I will say Firewall is a very interesting episode. I don't want to give any spoilers, so no details. I'm going to go ahead and launch Jabberwocky. But it's worth running. And it's kind of the introduction to this season and everything going on in front of it here. Hey, we have people ambushing us.
It's fine. It's just the true wave. Not the fake wave, the true wave. Kind of like the real Grebog, not the fake Grebog. The real Grebog.
And look, the Defiant came to help us. Not that we needed
Let's
it.
teach these cardies a lesson.
Okay, so the point here of this one is you're returning this orb that was found. Turns out they believe the orb is from the mirror universe. Might be how the Terrans are getting here. We're not sure. But the true way is helping them and trying to prevent you from getting the orb back. That's why we're here at Bajor and fighting Cardassian ships.
Oh, I should have flipped into my Cardassian ship and really confused them.
Well, the true way are enemies of the regular Cardassian military anyway. And they all hate the Federation. Okay. And now we get to meet the prophets. Sort of. Again, this is an older mission. Okay, get a good look at Bajor here. This is worth taking a peek at, because something happens here in just a minute that might be a little weird.
It's fine.
How may I... Please.
Talk to the Vedic. Go next door. Oops. And cutscene. So yeah, meet the prophets.
The service rendered is not the service desired. What does not belong cannot be returned.
What has been returned does not belong. We must travel backward.
When we gaze in the mirror, we see our faces as others do, but reversed.
Your task abides. You have recovered an orb. Now you must return it.
As you must return.
I actually feel that Cryptic Studios did okay with that cutscene there.
Thank you.
The prophets were always kind of weird.
I would be honored to know what the prophets shared with you elsewhere.
Talk to the person again, read the book.
Sarah's here. Acknowledge.
And away we go.
And away we go. To the Badlands.
Yes, indeed.
Not the good lands.
What is your status? Acknowledge. We have limited intelligence on the mirror universe.
There's an
From
anomaly.
what we know, it appears the Terran
Wait, we're playing a Star Trek game, and there's an anomaly.
We must scan it.
The Terran Empire has reoccupied Bajor. I believe this Captain Lita is the administrator of the Bajor sector. I am gone.
We had to wait for people to talk. That was weird.
We are the Federation. We do not shoot first and ask questions later.
What? Since when?
We are the Federation. We aren't supposed to shoot first and ask questions later.
Oh, right. We're supposed to talk.
Talk and do science and stuff.
Enter the portal. And now we're in the mirror universe.
Greetings.
And look, it's Captain Lita. But she still has the updated model.
It's fine. I mean, eventually she can become Admiral. Just has to kill the right person. I mean, that's the way the Terran Empire works. You want to
Yeah,
be admiral, you take it.
They're very Klingon-ish in that way. Ooh, a command battle cruiser.
I shall have to provide a demonstration.
And the Fortuna. Goodbye, Fortuna.
I won't make the same mistake next time we meet.
You know, we're both in these older ships, and yet they can't even touch us.
It's
I
fine.
love it.
They don't build them like they used to.
That's true.
That was. I don't know
That
what
was-
happened. Did it happen to you
Okay.
too?
Yeah, that was a little weird. So here we are on Bajor again. A very different looking Bajor. Look, it's the blue antenna.
What about my blue antenna?
No, look up in front of you.
Oh, I know.
All right. So we got lots of enemies to face here.
Gul Kardec was right. You are formidable, but pitifully predictable.
Terran forces attack the invaders!
I mean, what kind of card deck is he? Oh wait, no, that's not what they meant.
All right, Lita. We'll shoot you again.
Here, we'll get some friends out. We'll make this interesting.
Oh yeah, I can get those friends too.
We will
They
leave
actually
again.
killed my Targ. I'm a little upset by this.
Just put the DNA sequence into the clone machine that you apparently have, and it'll be fine.
Ah, this guy.
That guy. I don't know. I should always do that sooner. I'm always trying to get other things going because I know once I do the orbital thing, it'll just annihilate.
This is not your affair.
Oh, look, it's not Gul Kardec. You know, this is the one thing about this that I never really figured out. They were very unclear on this. So this is Gul Kardec, who is supposed to be our Gul Kardec, but he's really a changeling who is helping the true way, but I don't know if he's one of ours or if he's from the mirror universe. We know there are changelings in the mirror universe because there was Mirror Odo.
I'm capturing.
I got the Vedic.
So yeah, if you capture the changeling, you get a defeated changeling item. You can turn this in on DS9, and it will. I can't remember what it gets you.
Yeah, you do it through a duty officer mission. I don't know what it gets you either. Honestly, I haven't done it in so long.
Me neither. I don't normally pick up the defeated changelings, so.
All right, so now we have put the correct orb in the correct reality.
We are most grateful. We had thought the orb lost forever. You have restored.
And we talk to the mirror
Your enemies
aliens,
lie in wait.
wormhole aliens, prophets.
They want to prevent your return.
But we shall restore the balance
As you
Ah, the prophets.
you have returned our orb.
Now you must return.
And we are back in our reality. That's the weirdest crossing over that I've ever seen. I wonder if that means that our prophets could send us to the other reality.
Why not?
Oh, the Vedic. Gotta go talk to the Vedic again.
Greeting, and then you.
Okay, and we are done.
So, Gul Kardec was a change.
We pick our reward.
This does not bode well.
There's some armor in here. If you need armor, this energy dampening is pretty good. I used to use that on most of my bridge officers, buffs. Shields, if anybody in your party needs shields, you can get that from this mission. The physical augmentation utility armor is interesting because it increases physical damage. So there's another option if you want to do a physical build for whatever reason. But yeah, good stuff in there. All right, guys. So that's going to do it for today.
I was trying to rush to DS9 to turn in the changeling to see what I could get.
Go ahead. I'll
So let's see here. Where am I? I'm on this side of the.
I'll go ahead and talk about the fleet target while you do that. So,
Sure.
For the fleet target, our Federation fleet is naturally still working on the colony world. Over the past week, we've had some pretty good advances on this. Let me pull up the holdings here. Colony world. We are at tier 4. We've not quite gotten tier 4 and everything. The infrastructure still needs boosted to 4. But as you can see, we've got things queued up for that. One of our projects here is already completed. It's got 7 hours to go. We'll queue another one up to keep moving this along. We should be able to get to tier 5 relatively quickly. I know we've been stuck on this for quite a while. Again, getting tier 5 done will unlock the Kentari bridge officers, which are widely considered to be some of the best in the game that you can get. It's like third. Romulans come first if they have superior Romulan operative, then the Jem'Hadar ones if you have bought the Jem'Hadar pack, and then Kentari is another good one to have. And then after that's done, other than keeping everything full of provisions, that just leads us down to the starbase and getting that to tier 5. And as you can see, we're moving right along on that as well. So, got things going there. Now, we are still running the Klingon fleet, and our Klingon fleet has yet to completely finish up the dilithium mine. That's our focus just because completing that gets discounts on the amount of items required for all of the other holdings. So we want to knock that out first, and then we'll focus on some of the other stuff. Not sure what we're going to move to right away. Getting some starbase stuff would be okay, but the other holdings will also have, things that we can use and get on the Klingons. But we got to get this dilithium mine finished first. So if anybody listening can contribute to that, that would be a big help. If you want to be a part of the fleet, let me or Grebog know, or go to AIE.com. You can look up the contact information there.
AIE-guild.org.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. My bad. I was talking too fast there. All right, so next week we are going to do something we haven't hit for quite a while. We are going to do Guest Stars Part 6, and this will detail all of the voice actors that were brought into STO in 2020, basically during COVID and whatnot. So there's not a whole lot there, but we'll try to highlight each one of them, run a couple missions with those actors in them, and go from there. Should be fun stuff. Did you find what you were looking for there, Grebog?
No, I'm struggling to find the person. There's supposed to be a security officer. He used to hang out in one of the branches, but I think he was moved into the actual security. I don't know where he went.
All right.
I know
well,
there is also one on Earth Space Dock now that will take the changeling from you.
We'll have to look that up next time. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us and watching the show. As always, you can contact us to offer suggestions, comments, questions, concerns. You can find that at fleetactionreport.com. And once again, the fleet address is aie-guild.org. Let me get that right this time. See you
Yeah, get it right, buddy.
out there.
Live long and prosper.